powerful influence technique that is abused worldwide by corporations and individual manipulators. The law of reciprocity. When someone does a favor for you, like sending you a Christmas gift card or maybe giving you a birthday present, you then feel psychologically obliged to pay back the favor. Like, have you ever noticed that if your friend pays for your lunch or dinner, maybe he buys you some McDonald's burger, like Big Mac, then you feel the pressure to pay him back later. If you don't, you will feel guilt. That is the law of reciprocity at play. Then what is it exactly and why does it even exist? So your brain is a complex machine that was formed through million years of evolution. Our brain molded itself into embodied qualities that make us more likely to survive, like being social, having desire to procreate life, basically having sex, seeking comfort, warmth, and feeling hunger when we need to seek for food. These processes are so deeply engraved in your brain that you don't even think about it. You never question why you feel hungry. That's because your brain is adapted to feel hungry so that you seek food, because if it didn't seek food, you would just die from hunger. Now let's zoom a little bit into one aspect of our brain that made us survive and form advanced civilization. It's the law of reciprocity. There is a literal piece of meat in your skull, part of your brain, that makes sure you have the ability to give and receive favors, because that's so important. You know, imagine how did it form. Like in the past, two cavemen were sitting around and one caveman is very good at making spears. Like he is a craftsman. He makes very sharp spears. He has like natural talent or something. And then, but he's not physically strong. So he struggles to hunt down animals, even though his spears are very good. And he has a friend who is physically strong, but like, you know, dumb as he only knows how to hunt, but he's not very good at making spears. And then the caveman is like, yo, bro, I made you a spear. Try it out. You will hunt better. And the another caveman is like, ooh, let me take the spear. Let me take the spear. I will hunt, bro. Then he hunts down animals and he notices that this time he has much more meat to bring because the spear was better at penetrating animals. He just killed more of them. The hunt is more successful. And he's like, yo, bro, thank you for giving me the spear. I want to pay you back. And he gives him in return some part of the meat he just hunted down. Boom. That's how law of reciprocity just formed. One of them specializes now in making spears and provides the spears for the whole tribe. In return, the tribe hunts better and returns the favor by giving him part of the meat they were able to gather. And like all the societies and all the cultures throughout the history of the humankind all subscribe to this rule. That's how they became advanced. That's how labor division was created. That's how we were able to exchange services for each other, just like making spears and hunting down. And the societies that did not follow this rule just died. So how do you use this law to your advantage? You need to start working on your generosity habit, on your skill of being generous. You can clearly notice that high status men with lots of money, with social grace, they are always very generous. They possess this attractive quality. And it's not by accident. They had to actively work towards building this habit. Some of the rich people might be greedy people. Like, even if they're billionaires, they would never give $5 to the homeless man, but they are never greedy in terms of giving favors because they know the power of reciprocity rule. They intentionally give as many favors to as many people as possible. Crazy thing is, you don't even need to be liked by the person you give favor to. Like the research from the book indicates that people feel psychologically obliged to pay back regardless if they like the person or not. They feel obliged to pay back to the same extent. Like even if you hate the guy, if he did a favor for you, you feel the pressure to pay back. Low value men who are not really doing well financially, for living miserable lives alone with no friends, they all tend to be on the greedier side. They're constantly in fear of sharing their measly resources. Don't be that kind of guy. I know broke people always have the most excuses of why they're not doing well in life. But one of the main reasons I believe is their lack of generosity skill. Even if you're that broke, but you still preserve your dignity and generosity, new opportunities in life will open up for you sooner or later. Like, let's say you're struggling to pay your rent and you see that your friend who is trying to start his business does not even have enough money to feed himself. He's literally not having enough calories. He's in poverty. So you decide to invite him every day to have dinner with you and you share half of your food. So one day his business starts flourishing. And of course, he will remember you. He might pay you back. Now, let's say you're struggling to pay the rent because you don't have a job. Now he employs you. That's just one example of how generosity might help you out in life. So it doesn't even have to be financial help. Like if you're in high school, it's probably that you only have money for lunch or you don't even have money for lunch. There's still a shit ton of value you can provide. Let's say you're good at studying. You can help out someone with their homework. Don't say, yeah, my 1 hour of time is valuable and I don't even like that guy. And you go on and play video games. Even if you help someone for 1 hour to explain them math or something, mathematics or something, and they don't pay you back, you still receive a shit ton of value. You know how? First, you improve on your social skills. Because 1 hour of interacting with another human being is gonna contribute to improving your social skills. Maybe you read a book of how to influence people and win over friends. And now you need some practice material. So you practice on the person you're teaching the mathematics to. Second value you can receive is the ability to teach and your ability to communicate are gonna improve tremendously. Because for 1 hour you're speaking, trying to explain the concept, some hard concept to someone else. And you improve on your synthesizing ability of teaching, which is gonna help you out in life very much in a lot of situations. Especially if you wanna become a salesman, or especially if you wanna become an entrepreneur. There will be a lot of times when you have to explain things to people. And the fact that you used to help people in high school will contribute to that skill. So don't expect that the person will even pay you back. Adopt a mindset that every time you do a favor, you're improving your generosity skill and you're still receiving a lot of value, like teaching and social skills. Generosity is a skill. It needs to be worked on. Rich people are not born generous. They had to actively work on it. As I already said, even the greedy motherfuckers who are rich, who will never give money to charity or anything, but they are never greedy into giving favors because they know the value they bring to them. It's just a selfish act. You know, generosity is being selfish in some sense. If you abuse the role of reciprocity, you're actually using generosity as a way to have more power, you know. This skill will be especially useful if you move out to a new city or a new school. You don't know anyone there. So you can just see that some nerdy guy is struggling to talk to girls. You introduce yourself and then teach him how to talk to girls better. And then he's grateful for you. And then he introduces you to his athletic friend. Then you see that he's struggling with homework. You help him out with homework. He's grateful for you. So he invites you to the soccer play, the athletic team of the school, the popular guys. And then you meet everybody. Now you catapulted yourself into becoming a popular guy in the school after only 2 weeks of abusing the reciprocity rule. That's how powerful it is. Bye.